All right, we're back. Beacon Pines Part 4. Oh yeah, we're having dinner with Beck's moms. So who all lives in that house? Eris and Gus Valentine grew up there. And Solomon moved in a few years back. The creepy little kid in the vest? That sounds like the one. So just 3 people live in that huge thing? I bet a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in a place like that. Not really. The Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. So it's empty and boring? Pretty much. What a waste. My mom says it used to be way busier back before Sharper died. Before the fowl harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone mentioned this fowl harvest thing. And you all use that same ominous tone. Eventually you're going to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting forever. This way. Oh, it's so cute. I love the colors. Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. Why are you still here? You look like you could use some help. You know what, Luca? You're not so bad. Let's get through this as simply as possible. Just eat, smile, and nod. Fun. Great, whatever you do, don't bring up their work. I think I can handle that.
Beck took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Spilling. Here goes nothing. I don't know why my headphones won't stay in lately.
Chapter 4.
Chapter
Dinner
4.
with the Moodwills. Ilona Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done. Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love, couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates. Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luca finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
Interesting. So Luca, tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? Oh, I live with my grandma. Over on the side of the river. Other side of the river. Your grandma? Where are your parents at? Beck, manners. Manners. It's alright. My dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years back. Oh dear. My mom's been missing for a few months now. Like missing?
Luca's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luca, how did you like the pizza? Oh, it was good. Very good. Normally we'd have put more effort into dinner.
Ilona nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in and Beck had mentioned that it's your favorite. I'm sorry, are we just skipping the part where he said his mom is missing? Beck! I'm sorry, Luca, this move has us all a little tired.
Luca wiped his face with his sleeve.
Oh, no, Luca. No, it's fine. So Beck said that you moved here for work?
Beck gave Luca a swift kick under the table.
Brought up the work. Ow! I mean, what brought you to Beacon Pines? Oh, you were right the first time. We're here for work. Nellie won't tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. She's brilliant. Perennial Harvest just made her their newest lead researcher of deep engineering. She makes it sound more impressive than it is. I'm just happy that I get to make a difference in the world. Perennial Harvest is at the forefront of evolving agriculture into something more useful than sprinkling water and excrement on the ground.
Luca glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
What Nellie means, Luca, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yes, some people talk to them talk to their plants and hope for the best. And some people happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dream. You swore you didn't.
Beck slammed her fist into the table, perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey, Luca. How about some dessert? I actually have to meet my friend Rollo soon.
Luca glanced outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
Oh. Looks like there's a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the almanac. Yeah, almanacs aren't that useful around here.
Luca wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
Oh, Luca. Thank you for the pizza. It was really good. Oh, their little house is so cute. See you at the festival, Beck. Flipping her unlucky penny. Wait up! I'll walk you home.
Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rollo could be prickly around new people, but Beck seemed cool. Rollo would warm up to her eventually. Probably.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break. I mean, I guess we'll say rumble, even though, like, they could be clearing.
But the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
You sure we can make it home before this storm kicks off?
Luca surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before you catch cold. Oh, now Rollo's gonna be alone again. Oh my god, so cute. Luca and Nellie will keep trying to reach your gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two just hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest. Who asked that? I'll just poke around your room. I mean, I guess they are 12-year-olds.
Luca squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it? Gum. Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days. Oh my
Luca
gosh.
wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. He likes her. Oh wow. Rollo and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. But around here, it's all farm reports and static. Aw shucks.
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers. Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Wilting flowers don't really
He flipped
get
open the attached
pungent.
card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and all the Fairview Condors. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry, was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards. Some did flowers. And they're really trying to feel good about themselves. They do both. So you've moved a lot? Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. Oh. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Well, you cared enough to keep them, is all. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. She jumps down. Dang, did that hurt? I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you looked cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone? Like, even when people are around? Well, Rolo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it even feel like your family doesn't care what you want? Does it ever feel? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but I feel like I keep seeing a hair somewhere. Sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath,
Oh, Luca.
exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? Friends. Oh, I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little: don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. That's a good one. If you don't try to hold it all in, you're gonna. Oh, if you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop. So then, what do? When you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own, though. You gotta do something, anything. Here. Oh. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with the storm. Adorable. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright. That things are gonna change.
Luca let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. Let me try. Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, I hate that I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere? Ah!
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
Oh. I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Wow, I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
The storm came from within. Me too. Oh, thanks, I feel better. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. That was very cute. See you and Rolo at the festival? Sounds good. Luca, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in.
Oh, very cute, very cute.
Chapter 5.
Chapter 5.
Friendly Feud. The air was heavy with a hard rain's residue. The smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rolo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rolo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes.
Oh, he's
This is
worried.
what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
Alright, catch up with Rolo. Wonder if there's anything to find here.
After the foul harvest destroyed their wealth and reputation, the Valentines shuttered off their estate from the rest of town.
Anything? Oh, my bat
The
friend!
Valentine mansion loomed over every other building in town, both figuratively and literally.
Hello, my friend, I love you. Hey, Dawn, tracking down the lead? You bet! I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out, when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar how? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance, there were conditions. Like what? The document stipulated that Eris had to take on a child as her ward. A kid our age who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo! So Eris was forced to take care of him? Yup, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Illegitimate love child. Rumor has it old Sharper sowed some wild oats. That explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find all this out? The good reporter never reveals her source, Luca. Why not? Love to know your source. Okay, so we're going to trails. Look at these. Can't get them. Okay. Treehouse. I better not dilly-dally. Gotta get to the treehouse. Is this not the way to the treehouse? Oh. Oh no, treehouse is back here maybe? Oh, I remember where the treehouse is. Look at this. It's all lit up. Oh, it's a long way to the treehouse. Let's go. Run, 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 run. Oh! Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. The storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all decided? Yes, sir. I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We're all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir. Very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No. That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good, then it's decided. Yes, sir. We'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. What a turd. Treehouse. Okay, so in all this, we basically only know that Hyena's bad guy. Oh, we can have a memory moment. Oh. My God. Go pick out your bait from the tackle box, Buckaroo. Is this like the same thing or a new one? Oh. We got so much bait. Let's do
Luca
a pungent.
wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined taste.
Can I talk again? I already forgot how to do it. Trash? What is it? Property of Sharper Valentine. Figures. If he had his way, property of Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town. Should we give it back to him? He may not even want it back. Man's got a contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here in case he ever wants to pick it up. Should I do more?
Luca
Clean.
wrapped some tape around the hook. Hey, you never know.
Alright. Oops. It's got a bunch of big words written on it. Let's see that. We regret to inform you that your application for property rights with respect to the Beacon Pines CBD and surrounding area has been rejected. Who is it for? Applicant, Valentine Estate. Good. Good. I wonder if the Valentines killed my dad.
Luca tied a small magnet to the line. Fishing with the law of attraction.
Where do you think the lock is for this key? Now, why would we want to find that? Because then we would know the secret. God, that's no fun. The second we know what it unlocks, it just becomes a boring old key. Right now, this key could unlock anything. Cool.
Luca placed a sinker on the line. Sometimes the best stuff is at the bottom of the pond.
Ooh, is that a note in a bottle? Oh, Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard liquor for a hard man. Best leave that be. Takes a real piece of work to leave something like that lying around. Okay, well... Wait, can I not back out? I don't want to do it again. Oh my gosh. Accidentally do an update. Okay, I guess I have to do one again because
Luca
I don't know how to back out of that.
Feather onto the good for skimming the surface.
I didn't mean to. Okay, the duck I've already caught 3 times. Looks like we could use some new bait. What do you say we head out and find some more? Okay, so I guess we'll just come back and fish every time we get new charms. Get more information. Rollo, are you still up there? I'm sorry, Rollo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back never.
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
Oh, he's upset. You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rollo scoffed.
Poor Rollo. The rain held me up. Liar! You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad and I got worried, so I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, The storm rolled in out of nowhere, and I got stuck after dinner at Beck's hut.
Lucas stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Uh-oh. Beck? Dinner? What the heck is a Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you were off making new friends. It's not like that, Rollo. You know. While I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. It was going to be a surprise. But you took so long, the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble for waiting so late for you. But I kept my word. 'Cause that's what friends do. Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you to say. Your grand doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want. And you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this. If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rollo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa is right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luca. Stop quoting your Pa's nonsense like it means anything. Yeah, well, at least my Pa is still around. Oh.
The words hung in the cold night air. Rollo's
Low.
stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line. But it was too late.
Luca, Good night, Rollo. Oh. Dang it. Well, that was heart-wrenching. Anything to find? Bed? Am I supposed to go to bed? What's going on here? Oh.
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Suck a ball. Oh! Rollo. What a jerk. Call me a bad friend. Ooh, I'm Rollo. Look at me and my amazing family. Is that it? Cha. Okay, I guess that's it. What now? More old stuff? Oh gosh, oh gosh, make it stop. Okay, I don't know what else I'll just do. Get it out of the hall? No? I guess I'm never supposed to make new friends. Weep. Oh, sad. Luca?
Gran cooed gently from the
Oh,
hallway.
Luca? You slept straight through breakfast. Luca, are you alright? I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. I gotta run out and take care of some things. Okay. I'll be back later to check in. Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone.
Oh,
He
poor
waited
Luca.
to hear the sound of the front door closing.
Oops. Bah! I bet Rollo's still gonna go to the festival. Bah! Humph. He's gonna be miserable. Oops, no, I didn't mean to go back in bed.
Dozed off again.
Oh, I guess I was supposed to. Luca, I see you didn't eat your oatmeal. Wasn't hungry. Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rollo came by. What did he say? He wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So your plan is just to sit in your room all day? Pretty much. Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it'd do you some good. Noted.
Lucas still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rollo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
Kick the ball. There's never anything interesting at the festival anyway. Ball. 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 What's that? Okay, do I finally leave my room now? Rollo thinks I'm still going to the festival with him. He can shove it. How do I get... I'm supposed to... Why is it soccer ball up there? What's happening? Nope. Here we go.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
Oh, the complete first volume.
Luca carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rollo had received it for his birthday, a special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rollo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rollo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often. Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind, but it had stayed right there where Rollo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luca? Another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck Mudwill. She said you met yesterday? What did she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today. Oh. She seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rollo, didn't you? ... Can I come in? Maybe later. All right then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table. in case you want a bite before bedtime.
Without realizing
Nice, Grandma.
it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luca stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source? Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame. See? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself. Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luca's own face looked back at him. Older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face. And all it got me was this. Luca staggered back. You aren't me. Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully. Its face
Am I about to die in my sleep? I feel like I am.
If you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames in a flash of cold light. He was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Mom? No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes.
Oh.
The kind, concerned face of his Gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine. Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rollo fought about doesn't matter. But
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
Fights between friends happen. What we said doesn't matter. What was said. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But he said stuff about Dad. Well, do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. And did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. Why is this game so good? Good job, Gran. Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rollo, doesn't it?
Luca gave a reluctant nod.
Yes. So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. I need to get going now. Get some last-minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch. All right. I love you, Luca. Love you too. I don't like corn dogs.
Luca took a deep breath.
They're gross. Okay. Not that that's relevant.
Chapter 6.
Chapter 6?
Through thick and thin. Despite Luca's bitterness,
I wonder how
Ryan
many
was
chapters
right.
there are.
He needed to hash things out with
I'll
Rollo.
look it up.
A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
Mm-hmm. Good job. Oh. There you are. Luca. Rollo want me to tell you something. What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
Sigh. A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If you be brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy, I don't... It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to find him.
Luca looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Oh. Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. Oh, it's so cute. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. Cute. Okay. Somewhere quiet. Would that be like the lake? Maybe? We'll test it out after we look around. How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. I haven't seen so much as an excuvai. And it's not just the beetles. This morning I couldn't find any critters at all. It's like everything that buzzes or skitters just packed up and left. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival just spooked them. Yeah, maybe that's it. Or something untoward has happened. Unique New York, unique New York. Huh? Oh, don't mind me. Just warming up for my big ceremony speech.
Mr. Kerr pointed to his grinning mouth.
Gonna limber up the old gab box. You nervous? Oh, heavens, no. Well, break a leg. Oh yeah, so we don't know he's the bad guy now because we went back in time and had Rollo not get kidnapped. I don't know who Perennial Harvest thinks they're impressing with this ridiculous festival. Totally. This town's still falling apart. The weather's still cruddy. And this season's harvest looks like it's gotta be worse than last year's. You said it. No amount of corporate pandering is gonna change any of that. Exactly. But the lemonade at the drink stand over there does look pretty tasty. Fitz. I'm still gonna be mad at them. I'd just rather be mad while sipping some delicious lemonade is all. I mean, you may as well. Welcome to our festival. Don't forget to come back later for Mr. Kerr's speech. And the Perennial Harvest Festival sign reveal. You don't want to miss it. I love here behind the balloons. Ain't moving. The bullies. Haha, every single time. Yup. Wait for it. Unexplained sound once again noted. Like clockwork. What a bunch of drones. Haha.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful.
Hey Jeff, everything alright? Huh? Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know. I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luca with a furrowed brow. then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't ya?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Oh. Okay, so I think he's gonna be by the lake, maybe. I could be wrong. Usually am. Hello? Did you hear? After Mr. Care gives his big speech, they're gonna have the first annual biggest catch competition. As long as a boot qualifies as a catch, I'm a shoo-in. Good luck! Oh, maybe he's in the woods or something. Oops, I always accidentally say on that. Get up! Let's go! I got shit to do. Okay, so I bet he's in the Wheat Woods. By the sludge. Oh no. This is the first time I've seen this many smiling faces since the fall harvest. I had my doubts about perennial harvest, but I must admit they do put on a nice party. I forgot to talk to that guy over there. Hello, my friends. Hiya, Luca. How's Griffin doing? What? Oh, nothing.
Sorry all became flesh.
Just pretend I didn't say anything. Who's Griffin? I think I missed something. I don't know what that's about. He met his old friend's eyes and was greeted with nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens! This is no time for fractured friendships. A most welcoming of welcomes. Would you like to share your thoughts? We always strive to improve. No. Oh, Dawn, I love you. Jan, I got a question for you. What do you think of this whole festival is for? The way I figure it, Perennial Harvest is just trying to win over the town. Like a bribe, but with balloons. Cynical, I like where your head's at. That's why I assumed at first, too, until I eavesdropped on a couple of gossipy clipboards. What if I told you that this whole thing is really a special shindig for a super secret guest of honor? A special guest? Who? I haven't dug that deep yet, but whoever it is, PH thinks they're a big deal. Oh, intriguing. Post? I was able to return the Perennial Harvest safety suit you borrowed. I don't think anyone noticed. Good. Now will you tell me what you needed it for? It was a favor for an enemy of my enemy. This isn't gonna harm Mr. Care, is it? All you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. Harm Mr. Care? But isn't Mr. Care the bad guy? The library, somewhere quiet. Oh, so not the woods. Oh, my little friend, I love you. Hey, Luca!
Hato's eyes lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. The first? Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Rolo does go all out, doesn't he?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
Ahem. On planet Farpool, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue.
Kato stared at Luca eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. And if you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands. Is it the cemetery? Hi, buddy. Hi, Jace. Still working through the newest Hankatomic? You know it. Some fascinating canon toward the end. Did you know Hankatomic Shrink Array doesn't technically shrink stuff? It uses inverse quantum particle decay to literally grow the entire universe around an object, leaving that object unaltered. So it just looks shrunk compared to everything else. Oh, bingo. That's wild. But Jace, no spoilers, please. Oh, right, sorry. Jason has spoilers
Luca
on his
grabbed
more
the
books.
Modern Science of Atomic Radiation from the shelf.
Once you've got a book, you can either bring it here to me, or just grab a different one.
Luca grabbed Natural Photography, Volume 5 from the
Oh,
shelf.
I'm supposed to find one? Okay.
Luca grabbed the 5 Pillars of Success from the shelf.
Well, probably the 5 pillars, because
Luca
it was
grabbed
5 kings
The
or
Issue
something,
with
wasn't it?
Self-Help, a helpful guide from the shelf. Luca grabbed 500 meals for one big pot.
Okay, let's see if there's any up there to grab.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 4 from... Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5 from the...
Or maybe just Pink Atomic 5? Ah, you found
Howard
it!
Moved his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the
Oh.
book under the purple light, 2 words glowed.
I guess
The
I just
Adventures
got
of
lucky
Hank Atomic,
grabbing that one
issue
last.
5.
Thought I was carrying them all.
Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
Rollo's cipher pen. He used to write secret messages everywhere with that. And I only had the special flashlight needed to reveal it. Only I had the special flashlight, but I lost it. Well, apparently he traded Geoff for this purple light bulb. Parted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rollo. Oh, he feels so bad. Now let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a grift.
He continued flipping.
Only found in... Grub. Cart.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Grift. In. Grub. Cart. Griffin. Griffin's grub cart. He wanted me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant. I guess you're off then. Good luck on the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato. Cute, cute, cute. Is Griffin the ice cream guy? I think. Pepper, you're actually taking a break from studying? I wanted to see what all the festival fuss is about. But I can't help but notice you still brought your backpack full of books. Luca, backpacks can carry a lot more than books. True, true. So what you got in there? Books. Okay. Well, maybe we'll leave this one right here. I bet he's in the museum, maybe. Okay. So we'll leave this one right here, and we will find Rollo next time. So please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.